What up, y'all? It's one Mr. Downtown Ray Melo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Dubai for Thursday, May 4th, 2017, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. It's good versus evil in the first trailer for Columbia Pictures' upcoming adaptation of Stephen King's Dark Tower series, starring Idris Elba and Matthew McConaughey. The clip released Wednesday features 11-year-old Jake Chambers, played by Tom Taylor, discovering a world beyond our own, which features a dark tower that holds the universe together. Chambers meets the last gunslinger, Roland Deschain, played by Idris Elba, who is protecting the tower from the villainous Man in Black Walter Paddock, played by McConaughey, who is described as worse than the devil. As Deschain and Chambers travel together, they visit Earth and fight to stop Paddock from destroying both worlds. Elba is heard saying, as his gunslinging skills are put on display, "I do not kill with my gun, I kill with my heart." Jake Chambers, who's played by Taylor, is an 11-year-old adventure seeker who discovers clues about another dimension called Midworld. The synopsis reads, it continues by saying, upon following the mystery, he is spirited away to Midworld, where he encounters the lone frontiersman knight, Roland Deschain, played by Elba, who is on a quest to reach the dark tower that resides in Endworld and reach the nexus point between time and space that he hopes will save Midworld from extinction. But with various monsters and a vicious sorcerer named Walter Paddock, played by McConaughey, hot on their trail, the unlikely duo find that their quest may be difficult to complete. Directed by Nicolo Arcel, The Dark Tower is set to arrive in theaters August 4th after it was pushed back from its original July 28th opening date. Filmmaker James Wan celebrated the start of production on his next film, Warner Bros.' superhero epic Aquaman, by sharing a photo from the set. The director of Insidious and The Conjuring wrote on Twitter Tuesday, alongside a photo of what appears to be the inside of a submarine, months of intensive prep have led to this. Here we go. #Day1, #Ahab. Aquaman, which stars Jason Momoa in the title role after appearing briefly as the King of the Atlantis in Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice, will be shooting on location in Australia. The star-studded cast also includes Amber Heard as royal love interest Mira, Patrick Wilson as Aquaman's half-brother Orm, also known as the villainous Ocean Master, Willem Dafoe as Aquaman's advisor Dr. Vulko, Nicole Kidman as Aquaman's mother, and Get Down star Yahya Abdul-Mateen II as signature antagonist Black Manta. Dolph Lundgren recently signed on to the project to play King Nereus of the aquatic kingdom of Zabel, who wants to kill Aquaman and claim Mira as his own. Momoa will next be seen as the underwater hero alongside Batman, played by Ben Affleck, Superman, played by Henry Cavill, Wonder Woman, played by Gal Gadot, The Flash, played by Ryza Miller, and Cyborg, played by Ray Fisher, in Justice League, due in theaters November 17th. Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist came together in the first trailer for Netflix and Marvel's upcoming crossover series, The Defenders. The clip, released Wednesday, begins with Kristen Ritter, who plays Jessica Jones, being interrogated by Luke Cage star Simone Missick, who plays Detective Misty Knight, before Charlie Cox, who plays Matt Murdock, Daredevil, steps in as her lawyer. The trailer then moves on into actor Finn Jones, who plays Iron Fist, and Mike Coulter, who plays Luke Cage, having their first meeting as they exchange blows during a heated fight. Other characters from throughout the Marvel Netflix universe includes Eoldie Young as Elektra and Rosario Dawson as Nurse Claire Temple, also appearing alongside a new villain portrayed by Sigourney Weaver, and Daredevil's mentor Stick, played by Scott Glenn, who explains to the heroes that they need to get their act together as the war for New York is here. The synopsis reads, Marvel's The Defenders follows Daredevil, played by Cox, Jessica Jones, played by Ritter, Luke Cage, played by Coulter, and Iron Fist, played by Jones. A quartet of singular heroes with one common goal: to save New York City. This is the story of four solitary figures, burdened with their own personal challenges, who realize they just might be stronger when teamed together. Jones said as the group shared a dinner together after they are seen talking to a group of henchmen inside the hallway, we make quite a team. The Defenders arrive on Netflix starting August 18th. Robin Williams' final film before his death in 2014, The British sci-fi comedy Absolutely Anything is headed to U.S. theaters on May 12. The film, originally released in the UK in August 2015, stars Simon Pegg as a mild-mannered teacher who suddenly discovers he has the ability to do anything he wishes after being given the power by a group of aliens. Williams voiced Pegg's pet dog, who is given the ability to speak. The film also acted as a reunion of Monty Python members John Cleese, Eric Idle, and Michael Palin, who provide voice work. The film is directed by Terry Jones. Williams died 3 weeks after completing work on the film in an apparent suicide. Absolutely Anything is the third Williams film released posthumously following A Merry Freaking Christmas and Night at the Museum 3. The Handmaid's Tale was renewed for Season 2 this week in the wake of its debut. The Hulu series starring Elizabeth Moss, Joseph Fiennes, and Alexis Bledel will return for a second season in 2018. The streaming service confirmed in a press release Wednesday following its upfront presentation. The head of content, Craig Ertwich, says, "The response we've seen to the Handmaid's Tale in just 1 week since its premiere has been absolutely incredible. It has been an honor to work with this talented team of cast and creators to develop a series that has struck such a chord with audiences across the country." Hulu premiered The Handmaid's Tale, which is based on the Margaret Atwood novel of the same name, on April 26. The company said the show has been watched by more Hulu viewers than any other series debut on the platform. Erwich says, "As we continue to expand our strong slate of original programming, The Handmaid's Tale is exactly the type of gripping and thought-provoking storytelling we want to bring to viewers. We can't wait to explore the world of Gilead and continue Margaret's vision with another season of Hulu." The Handmaid's Tale takes place in the totalitarian Gilead, where fertile women called handmaids are forced to bear children for society's elite. Moss stars as the handmaid Offred, with Fiennes as her commander Fred, and Bledel as the handmaid Offenglen. Alec Baldwin delighted fans by dancing with his 3-year-old daughter on Wednesday's episode of The Ellen DeGeneres Show. The 59-year-old actor shared this sweet moment with Carmen, his daughter, with wife Hilaria Baldwin, before discussing his family with DeGeneres. Baldwin said of his other children with Hilaria, "Our son Raphael is 22 months, and we have a son Leo who is 7 months, so we have 3 kids in 3 years." He also added, before revisiting moments from the Boss Baby premiere in March, "I love having kids again. Carmen is jumping up and down on the red carpet and posing for pictures. She's like Debbie Reynolds. She's performing. Raphael is smoldering. He's James Franco." Baldwin is also dad to 21-year-old daughter, Ireland, with ex-wife Kim Basinger. He says in an interview with Extra prior to Leo's birth that having another child later in life was a welcome surprise. The star said, "We're going to have our third, and then we're going to enjoy them." He also added, "We did pretty well with the first 2. We looked at each other and go, how could one more of these be wrong? We were happy to have another baby. I just can't describe what it means to me." Baldwin will next star in Blind with Demi Moore and is also slated for Mission Impossible 6 with Tom Cruise, The Public with Jenna Malone, and The Private Life of a Modern Woman with Sienna Miller. Stephen Colbert is to welcome several of his fellow late-night stars to a special episode of The Late Show next week. CBS is billing the hour as a special evening of comedy and conversation. Slated to appear on Tuesday's program are Jon Stewart, Samantha Bee, John Oliver, Ed Helms, and Rob Corddry. The comedians all previously worked on Comedy Central's The Daily Show. Laurie Metcalf says everything is in place for a Roseanne revival, but she doesn't know when or where it might air. Recent media reports have said that the beloved sitcom creator and star Roseanne Barr is gearing up with fellow former cast members John Goodman, Sarah Gilbert, and others for an 8-episode follow-up to Roseanne, which originally ran from 1988 to 1997. Metcalf said of the possibility sequel series at a Tony Awards nominees press conference in New York Wednesday, "I am hoping that it happens. Everything is in place except for the fact that it has not been sold." Metcalf was nominated for Best Lead Actress for her work in A Doll's House Part 2. Her co-stars Chris Cooper, Jane Huddyshell, and Condola Rashad also earned individual Tony nods for their performance in the new Broadway play. She said, "It's so great that all 4 of us are here. It wouldn't be the same without one of us or missing somebody. It's wonderful that it's the group. We had a very fun show last night." She revealed, referencing to the first performance of A Doll's House Part 2 after the Tony nominations were read. The Tony Award winners will be announced at a ceremony on June 11th. Kevin Spacey is hosting the gala, honoring excellence in Broadway. It will air on CBS. The Happy Days cast reunited this week in the wake of Erin Moran's death. Scott Baio, Kathy Silvers, Marion Ross, Anson Williams, Ron Howard, and Don Mose came together at Moran's memorial service Wednesday. Baio, who played Chachi on the ABC sitcom, captioned a group photo on Twitter, celebrating the life of #Erin Moran, #HappyDaysFamily. Moran, who played Joni Cunningham throughout the show's 11th-season run, died at the age of 56 on April 22nd. Officials said that the actress appeared to have died from complications of stage 4 cancer, according to CNN. Bale wrote in a post last week, "May people remember Erin for her contagious smile, warm heart, and animal-loving soul. I always hoped she could find peace in her life. God has you now, Erin." Moran's husband, Stephen Fleshman, said in an open letter Baio shared April 25th that Moran was diagnosed with squamous cell sarcoma in December. He says the cancer continued to spread despite radiation and chemotherapy. Fleshman wrote, "By the middle of February, Erin could no longer speak or eat or drink. She had a feeding tube implant, and I fed her 6 to 8 times a day. She was still happy." He recalled she woke up on April 22nd. She was not 100%. "I laid down next to her, held her right hand in my left hand. I fell asleep, woke up an hour later, still holding her hand, and she was gone." Happy Days was created by the late director and producer Gary Marshall and aired from 1974 to 1984. Moran also appeared on The Love Boat, Murder, She Wrote, and The Bald and the Beautiful. Jim Gaffigan's wife, Jeannie, is recovering from surgery to remove a brain tumor, the comedian announced on Friday. Gaffigan wrote on Tuesday, 2 weeks ago, an MRI revealed that Jeannie Gaffigan had a large tumor around her brainstem that was life-threatening. After 9 hours of urgent surgery, the tumor was completely removed. She is now recovering at home. We thank you for your continued prayers. Jeannie Gaffigan posted an update on Instagram alongside a photo of herself laying in bed alongside an IV and one of her sons giving her a kiss on the cheek. She wrote, "I'm coming back. Thank you for your prayers. I'm alive." Gaffigan, 50, and his wife Jeannie, who's 47, tied a knot in 2003 and share 5 children: Patrick, Mary, Michael, Jack, and Katie Louise. The couple worked together on the Jim Gaffigan Show that ran for 2 seasons on TV Land. Kailyn Lowry went public with baby number 3's father this week. The 25-year-old Teen Mom 2 star confirmed Tuesday that Chris Lopez fathered her unborn child after announcing her pregnancy in February. She tweeted in response to a headline reading, "Ancestry DNA, and yeah, he is. Stop with the headlines already. Pregnant Kailyn Lowry takes DNA test. Is Chris Lopez really the baby daddy?" Sources told E! News Lowry and Lopez are just friends and not together as a couple. Lowry said in a since-deleted blog post in April that she will be raising the child alone. She wrote, "I think I'm most worried about the changes ahead, but also that I will have this baby 24/7 by myself with no help. I'm going to be a single parent from the beginning." Lowry also shares 7-year-old son Isaac with ex-boyfriend Joe Rivera and 3-year-old son Lincoln with ex-husband Javi Marroquin. She announced on her website February 24th that she's expecting another baby in the summer. The star said, "Please know this was a choice I made. I already know some won't agree, but I've been showered with support by the ones I love since I found out." She acknowledged, "Of course, I was filmed on the show saying I didn't want any more kids, but I'm pregnant again. When I started thinking long and hard, and I knew I wanted more, this was the choice I made." Lowry came to fame on MTV's Sirius 16 and Pregnant before starring on Teen Mom 2. The show co-stars Janelle Evans, Leah Messler, and Chelsea Huska, and just completed a 7th season in March. Brad Pitt has quit drinking since his highly publicized split from Angelina Jolie. The 53-year-old actor said in the summer issue of GQ Style that he stopped drinking and started therapy after Jolie filed for divorce last year. Pitt told the magazine, "I do remember a few spots along the road where I became absolutely tired of myself, and this is a big one. These moments have always been a huge generator for change, and I'm quite grateful for it." He also added, "I can't remember a day since I got out of college when I wasn't boozing or had a spliff or something. And you realize that a lot of it is cigarettes, pacifiers, and I'm running from feelings." Pitt also added, "I'm really, really happy to be done with all of that. I mean, I stopped everything except boozing when I started my family. But even this last year, things I wasn't dealing with. I was boozing too much. It just became a problem, and I'm really happy it's been half a year now." Pitt said he went through 2 therapists to get to the right one. but is using therapy to examine his weakness and failures and implement positive change. He says he was a professional drinker when he quit alcohol. He says, I had to step away for a minute, and truthfully I could drink a Russian under the table with his own vodka. I was a professional. I was good. Don't want to live that way anymore. Pitt and Jolie, who share 6 children, split in September of last year after 2 years of marriage and a decade together. Jolie filed for divorce after she said Pitt had an altercation with her son Maddox on an airplane, although the actor was later cleared by the FBI of any criminal behavior. An FBI representative said in November the FBI had conducted a review of the circumstances and will not pursue further investigation. No charges have been filed in this matter. Music superstar Harry Styles released a new song this week. The 23-year-old British singer premiered the single Sweet Creature on Tuesday ahead of the release of his debut solo album. He wrote to his 29.9 million Twitter followers, Sweet Creature is available now, album available in 10 days, I'm available always, love you H. Sweet Creature is an acoustic ballad that includes the lyrics, Sweet Creature, wherever I go, you'll bring me home. Sweet Creature, when I run out of road, you'll bring me home. Styles' solo album will also include the songs Sign of the Times and Ever Since New York. He discussed the album and its personal nature in the May 4th issue of Rolling Stone magazine. The star said, I didn't want to write stories, I wanted to write my stories, things that happened to me. The number one thing was I wanted to be honest, I hadn't done that before. He also added, the one subject that hits the hardest is love, whether it's platonic, romantic, loving, gaining it, losing it, before confirming he was inspired by a recent relationship. She's a huge part of the album. Styles came to fame as a member of the boy band One Direction, which had been on an indefinite hiatus since December 2015. He announced last week that he will promote his solo album on a world tour in the fall. Hailee Steinfeld and Justin Bieber are not dating despite rumors to the contrary. The 20-year-old actress rep denied Steinfeld is seeing the 23-year-old singer after the pair were spotted together Monday after the 2017 Met Gala. Steinfeld rep said Tuesday to E! News, no truth whatsoever. Steinfeld and Bieber were first linked in March when the singer was photographed FaceTiming with Steinfeld. TMZ reported Tuesday that the stars have been dating for a little over a month. Sources said Steinfeld and Bieber attended the same church and were introduced by Pastor Carl Lentz. Insiders insist the pair are more than just friends, after Steinfeld rep denied the rumors. Us Weekly reported Steinfeld is seeing boyfriend Cameron Smoller, whom she was first linked to in December. The pair seemed cozy in a photo Smoller shared Sunday on Instagram and captioned with 3 rose emojis. Bieber was previously involved with actress Selena Gomez, who made her red carpet debut as a couple with boyfriend and singer The Weeknd at the Met Gala. Gomez and The Weeknd have been dating since January. Ed Sheeran is spilling new details about his role on Game of Thrones. The 26-year-old British singer said in an interview with Tom Green for the Hits Radio that he will appear alongside Maisie Williams, who plays Arya Stark in Season 7 of the HBO series. Sheeran said of his scene, I filmed it in November. It was really fun. He added, I just did a scene with Maisie. I can't really say. I sing a song and she goes, oh, that's a nice song. And I go, it's a new one. Sheeran previously discussed his Game of Thrones role with the Daily Star. He told the publication in April that his character won't be killed off the show. The Star shared, I do know which role I am going to play. I don't die in it. I don't die. I'm only in it for 5 minutes. Game of Thrones showrunner David Benioff and D.B. Weiss confirmed in March that Sheeran will appear in Season 7. Producers booked the singer to surprise Williams, a longtime fan of Sheeran's. Benioff said during a panel at the SXXW, for years we tried to get Ed Sheeran on the show to surprise Maisie, and this year we finally did it. Game of Thrones will return for an abbreviated 7th season July 16th. The show recently released a series of official photos featuring Lena Headey as Cersei Lannister, Emilia Clarke as Daenerys Targaryen, and Kit Harington as Jon Snow. Sirius XM has announced a new Beatles satellite radio channel set to launch May 18th. The channel will feature songs from throughout the iconic band's catalog and other programming that will include daily guest DJ sessions with a well-known Beatles fan, a weekly airing of Beatles-related live recordings, name the song trivia games, and a hotline for fans to call in to discuss their favorite Beatles moments, Rolling Stone reported. Sirius President and Chief Content Officer Scott Greenstein said in a statement, we've worked with the Beatles and Apple Corp. Limited to create a channel that is vital today as when the band's music was first recorded. The channel will all be Things Beatles 24/7, the soundtrack of our world made by John, Paul, George, and Ringo. Surviving Beatle members Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr endorsed the idea. McCartney said, "I still remember the thrill of when we first heard our music on the radio, but I don't think any of us would have imagined that we've had our very own Beatles radio channel more than 50 years later. The Sirius XM channel will have it all 8 days a week." Starr said, "Great news, the Beatles will have their own channel on Sirius XM. Now you can listen to the Beatles anytime at all. Peace and love." On May 26th, the Beatles will release a special 50th anniversary edition of their 1967 album, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. And finally, here are the top 10 songs on the Billboard Hot 100 singles charts for the week of May 13th. Number 10, Kaijo and Selena Gomez with 8 Ain't Me. Number 9, Lil Uzi Vert with Love Tour, Little Life for 3. Number 8, Kyle featuring Lil Yachty with I Spy. Number 7, Kendrick Lamar with DNA. Number 6, The Chainsmokers and Coldplay with Something Just Like This. Number 5, Future with Mask Off. Number 4, Luis Fonsi, Daddy Yankee, and featuring Justin Bieber with Despacito. Number 3, Kendrick Lamar with Humble. Number 2, Ed Sheeran with Shape of You. And the number 1 song in the Billboard Hot 100 singles charts for the week of May 13th, Bruno Mars with That's What I Like. And that is your entertainment report for Thursday, May 4th, 2017. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.